We're back! We're alive!
Come out of hibernation.
Yes, we have. We know we've been missing in action, MIA, for a few weeks. And there is a reason for that, as I'm sure some of you already know. But we just thought we'd better pop on and just say something.
Prove we're alive.
Yes.
So the last video you got from us was Christmas Eve.
Yes. Day 23 of Vlogmas.
which was fine. We did film a couple of things on Christmas Eve, but we just didn't get around to editing them that day, and then nobody, funnily enough, wanted to particularly do it on Christmas Day.
No, I think we just switched into full-on family mode, and I'm sure you guys understand,
really hard.
Because we've got children, and Christmas Eve is really a very exciting time when you've got kids.
It is.
And so if you don't do it by a certain point in the evening, then it hands over to family time, and from that point onwards, you know, you can't be thinking about work.
No.
It's all about Christmas and about them.
So did you have a nice Christmas in the end, Rachel?
I had a lovely Christmas. It was just the perfect family Christmas, and I think I mentioned a couple of times on Vlogmas that I was really excited that it was just the four of us. And I know that might sound like a selfish thing to say, but it happens so rarely, and I love my little family, and it's just so nice to... My kids are at that age where it was a weird Christmas, because Christmas morning there wasn't quite so much excitement. They're getting a bit older now, and I noticed a slight shift, and I was a little bit of it on a downer, only for a funny half hour or something, just whilst I was thinking my babies are gone. But then over the course of the day we had so much fun. We were doing karaoke, we were playing all sorts of games, and they might not be babies anymore, but they're at an age now where I just love their company. They're funny, they've got great jokes and great stories and good banter, and it's just, they're good company. And that kind of helps balance out the fact that you're a bit sad that they're not babies anymore.
But
it was lovely. My husband and I cooked Christmas dinner together. That's the first time we've ever done that, and we absolutely smashed it, I have to say.
Excellent.
Best Christmas dinner we've ever done. So that was awesome. And then we got to spend Boxing Day at your house, so that was lovely. It was just
with 20 other people, which was very nice.
Yes. So we spent the first week of the Christmas break at home. We had people come to stay, but we were all sort of based at home and in the local area. And then the second week we were off visiting various family and friends.
I didn't see you for a whole week.
No. So it was a good balance of both being sociable, having lots of time chilling out in pyjamas, watching movies,
all of that.
Yes. And what about you, darling?
Mine was good, because my dad came down to stay with us, and I don't know whether you saw the Vlogmas entry where I was saying that I actually managed to mess up his plane tickets. So on the day he was supposed to arrive, I checked what time his flight was arriving, and I had managed to book his tickets the wrong way round. So he was, instead of coming from Edinburgh, he was to Bristol, he was flying from Bristol to Edinburgh, which wasn't any good.
No.
And there was that moment where I looked, and this moment of panic waved over me, and then I had this moment of like where I went, am I going to Scotland? And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm really not going to Scotland, because it was only one ticket as well, so we couldn't do that.
No.
So we got him in the end. And then Christmas Day was lovely. My husband makes Christmas dinner, so after breakfast and everything like that, I get to put my feet up for the day. I watched Seven Brides and Seven Brothers, which I was talking about.
I love that movie.
Such a great movie, because the kids were all off playing. So as soon as the computer games were opened and all the presents were opened, they went off to go and play with their new computer games. We went to the pub for a couple of hours, and we came back, and I just basically put the fire on, got the sweets out, had a glass of wine, Seven Brides and Seven Brothers on the telly, and I was a happy woman. It was awesome.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was brilliant. And my dad was here for a whole week, and we had Boxing Day with you guys and loads of people round, and then we had other family to visit. And then the week after, as soon as you left to go on your trips around the country, that was it. I didn't have anything to do for an entire week, and the kids were on holiday still. So there was a few pyjama days, there was a few days, and I didn't even do any sewing. Like literally, I was just in proper chill out mode. And it was our first Vlogmas, and we did 22 days out of 24.
Yes, which I think is pretty good going.
Yes.
It was the first time for us vlogging every day, so that was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
And we think that we might try and do a little bit more vlogging, maybe a weekly vlog or something like that, just a weekly roundup of our week.
Yeah.
But not for a little while. The main reason that we've been so quiet the last couple of weeks is because we are working really hard on trying to get our online classes launched.
Yes, there's a lot of editing, a lot of computer work,
Yes.
a lot of stuff that doesn't involve us putting any makeup on or even out of pyjamas most days. It's just sitting in the laptop and drinking coffee and getting it done.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's not very glamorous.
And I'm afraid there's still a fair few weeks left of that. So when we put out our last catch-up video and we told you about our plans for online classes, we were aiming for launch on the 1st of January. And realistically, well, obviously that's not happened.
No,
but realistically, it's now we're now aiming for the 1st of Feb.
Yeah.
Now, like most things, it's nice to have a deadline. It's nice to have a target to work towards so that you stay motivated and focused. It'll be ready when it's ready.
It'll be ready when it's ready.
And we really hope that you guys will support us in being patient and waiting for that.
It'll be worth it, we promise.
We hope so. We're trying to film a variety of different classes. We're going to be launching with 6, possibly 7 classes, and there are a whole range of different things. So there's some dressmaking, there's some homewares, there's some stuff that you might make as gifts, there's a bag, there's lots of different options.
Loads
in
of
there.
stuff, and it will continue. So, but this is the hard part. The hard part is getting those first 5 or 6, 7 videos ready, all to be launched at once on a website that's ready for them.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, we will then producing 1 or 2
every month. Yeah.
So the schedule will come back down to normal and life will resume at a normal pace.
Yes.
Once everything has launched.
We have to confess that this was probably a little bit naive on our part, because in your head you think, yeah, fine, all you've got to do if you want to do online classes is film it, build a platform to host it on, and I figured all that stuff out before Christmas, and we thought that all we need to do now is film it and edit it and get them up.
Yeah.
We genuinely thought it'd be that simple, but the filming process takes a long time. The editing process takes even longer, and then there's all of the documentation and the graphics and everything that go along with it. So it's a lot more work than we envisaged, but like Nikki said, we're finding our feet at the moment, and once we hit our stride, then it will all be streamlined and it will all happen a lot quicker.
But we're going to try and cover all the bases, all different levels, all different skill levels, all different you sort of interests, what you want to sew, what you want to learn, that kind of thing, and go from there. And
now,
it's very exciting.
It is really exciting, and we're so looking forward to launching. We really are.
Yes.
But a little sort of message to those of you who come to us for actual classes, the classes that we host at our home studios, they're not happening at the moment. This is kind of an all or nothing situation. It requires so much focus from us that we can't divide our attention. And we kind of felt, didn't we, in the run up to Christmas in the last few months of the year, I think we were spreading ourselves a little bit too thin, and we weren't able to give everything the attention it deserved. So at one point we were running the Cozy Cardi Challenge, as well as preparing to host the Socialite Soiree, and keeping to our usual sort of 2 or 3 video a week vlog schedule.
Christmas
classes were being run at the school. And I think that this has just been an opportunity for us to take a little step back and to focus all our attention on the thing that needs it most. And so that does mean that there are no classes in January at the school, and probably none for February either. We do have plans for more Stitch Sisters workshops happening in Bristol, central Bristol, so we've definitely got some great ideas for that.
You know, we think that the appeal of the online classes, because we're going to reach so many more people than the people in our local area, and that's not to say that we're not thankful for all of their business, and of course that we want them to continue coming to us, but it could have, can you imagine if we were trying to run classes and get all this editing done at the same time? We would have been launching in June.
This time next year.
It would have been just ridiculous.
In terms of our own personal sewing, we have got some plans, haven't we? I think Christmas has been a nice time to reflect on what it is that we want to sew, and I personally have decided I'm not going to do a Make 9 this year. What have you decided?
I've decided not to either. I started looking and I got as far as one thing, and then I even got stressed just thinking about that one thing. So I've decided not to do one this year.
Yeah, I just feel a little bit like maybe I'm getting a bit too distracted by challenges, and I don't want to feel like I'm tied into anything. I know it's just a suggestion, it's just sort of something to help you.
Yeah.
But I find that these days my time for personal sewing is much more limited, and that just means that I want to be able to pick what is most appropriate at that time when I've got time to sew. And so that might be a new pattern that's just been launched, or brand new fabric that I just happened to buy that I want to sew immediately. And last year I was all about the planning. I wanted to have a plan and not just make things on a whim. Whereas now I kind of want to have the best of both worlds, if that makes sense. I don't want to necessarily have too much of a plan, but I do want to try and think about the gaps in my wardrobe. But at the same time, I want to have the freedom to just do something because I want to.
Because you want to. How many did you do out of your Make 9 last year?
I did 5. 6 if you include, well, I did a substitute, so I had the Maker's Atelier bomber jacket on my Make 9, and we did our own bomber jacket. So it wasn't our own, but we made the street style bomber jacket. I switched that one for that one. It's not so much that, it's when I look at how much I've worn the things that I have made that were on that list, and I haven't worn them as much as I think I should have done.
I made 7 out of 9, but 2 of them were swaps, like a dungaree pattern for a different dungaree pattern, or a shirt for a shirt, that kind of thing. But I've gotten to the point where the sewing that I'm doing at the moment, I'm quilting. And I'm looking at my wardrobe and I cannot get anything else in it.
Seams.
And I just keep thinking to myself, I don't wear the clothes that I already have. And so I'm not at a stage at the moment that I could even prepare a Make 9, because I don't know what I need in my wardrobe, if anything. And so I think there is, with me, I think I'm just going to go down I'm maybe just going to go down the what takes my fancy. And it may be that there's holes. It may be that I still need a few skirts or that kind of thing, and I will plug those gaps. But certainly making things because I've been challenged to, and I didn't have plans in the first place, I don't think I'm going to be doing too much of that, just because I've got so many clothes. I do need to have a big clear out. That's definitely one thing I need to do.
It's hard. I'm sure you all have this problem as well. Isn't it hard, a dilemma as a sewist, when it's your hobby and you love it and it's what you like to do to unwind, and you're very aware of your sort of impact on the environment, and that fast sewing is no better than fast fashion, and you know all this stuff, but what do you do when you get to the point where you don't need anything else but you really want to sew? You know, you can make gifts to people, but then I guess that's when you pick up other hobbies like your quilts again, and until you feel like that
ready.
And I just don't think you should be sewing for the sake of it.
I want to sew because I want to sew, and I've got lots of works in progress and unfinished objects that I want. Psychologically, I feel like January is a good time to kind of get those knocked off, because I'll then feel that actually if I want to just make a sparkly dress, then I will, because I've got the room in my head and the room also in my stash to see what I've got, and everything's finished.
Well, I've identified a few needs, and I, as I'm sure those of you that follow me on Instagram have probably noticed, that I have been wearing a lot more ready-to-wear stuff in the second half of last year, and part of that was just that I decided to give myself a break. I know a lot of people in the sewing community sort of aspire for that 100% me-made wardrobe, and I probably got to about 95%, but I don't know, I just felt like I was getting bored of the things that I had, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to replace them with, and I decided that I shouldn't be feeling guilty about shopping or about wearing ready-to-wear stuff, especially seeing as what a lot of my ready-to-wear stuff actually comes from the charity shop. It's second hand, so it's not always brand new anyway, just new to me. And so it's actually been a really useful exercise, because wearing more ready-to-wear over the last few months has allowed me to identify the things that I grab most often. And it's made me realise that how I think I dress and how I actually dress are two different things. And what I feel most comfortable in, what I'm most likely to grab on a day-to-day basis, isn't necessarily what I'm pinning on my Pinterest boards, or, you know, so it's trying to close that gap, I think. So the main thing for me is I need to make a leather jacket.
Okay, yes, because you're talking about your leather jacket.
I wear my leather jacket all the time. It's a pleather jacket, it's faux leather, and I bought it from a charity shop for £6, and I've worn it so much that the back is peeling at the back of the neck. So I need to make another one, and I don't know yet whether I'll invest in actually making it in leather or whether I'll still opt for faux leather. I might start with a faux leather one.
Yeah, or like a suede one or something like that. Yeah.
Also jeans, so I'm still wearing ready-to-wear jeans mainly. I did make some ginger jeans. They were on my Make 9 last year. I had a little bit of a difficult moment when I had finished them before we had the heat wave that we had back in the summer. All I needed to do was hammer the button on, and I just thought, I'm just going to try them on again. This is once we'd got to the other side of the summer and it started to cool down. I thought, I'm just going to try them on again and make sure that everything's all right and there's nothing else that needs doing before I put this button on, and check the placement of it. And I couldn't get them on, so I'd obviously put on a few pounds, and I had made them super skinny. So that was a valuable lesson, because a lot of work goes into jeans, and actually the ready-to-wear jeans that I grab most often aren't necessarily skinny jeans. I like a high-waisted jean. Mum jean or wide leg jean. I really like wide leg crop jeans. And actually, when we did our Simplicity pattern roundup, the new season patterns, there was the perfect pair, one of their new pattern hack patterns, which was high-waisted, little pockets on the front, exactly what I want. So I think they need to get made.
Yes. Oh, we were talking today, we definitely need to buy some patterns. There's a couple of things from our autumn plans that we haven't made yet, that we still want to tick the boxes for.
There are still gaps in the wardrobe.
So there is sewing happening. There is sewing happening.
There is. We're not talking ourselves out of sewing. It's just that we're taking our time to sort of formulate a plan and to work out what we need. The other thing that's quite exciting, because I know that you guys love our battles, and you have asked us when we're doing another battle, and we have decided that we both love shirt making. It's one of our favourite things to do. Shirts are one of our favourite things to wear. And there are so many shirt patterns on the market. Just a crazy amount of shirt patterns. So I think that we're going to do Battle of the Shirts. Yes. If that's of interest to anyone.
Can we as well, at the same time as doing Battle of the Shirts, we should do a shirt series on our online classes. How to do cuffs.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Plackets,
all the details.
Collars, how to do all of that, and then it will apply to any shirt. Shirt pattern that you have.
That's a great idea. Love that idea.
Boom!
Hopefully you love it too. But what we'll probably do is we'll break it into different rounds, because obviously you do get so many styles of shirts. So we'll have one round that's for more fitted options, one that's for more sort of loose boyfriend style.
It's like maybe a proper blouse, like a work shirt.
So we'll work out the different categories. Maybe a tie-up one for the summer. But I mean, there's so many shirt patterns out there. If there are any particular ones you'd like to see us make, please do leave us a comment below, because there's going to be such a huge list to work from, and it will help us to narrow down if we know which ones you're most interested in. Thank you for sticking with us. We hope you have all had a lovely start to the new year.
And belated Merry Christmas.
Yes, belated Merry Christmas, because we never finally got to say that, did we, at the end? So thanks for stopping by and catching up with us. We hope to be bringing you lots more content very soon, and we do really appreciate your patience in the meantime. And just a quick reminder, if you are not already subscribed to our mailing list, make sure you go over to our website www.thestitchsisters.co.uk, and down at the bottom of the screen where it says newsletter, pop in your email address, and then you will get notified when the classes launch. But you will also be on the mailing list that we'll be able to use every time a new class goes live. So make sure you do that, and we will see you again very soon.
We will, we promise.
Yes.
See you soon.
Bye.